Welcome back to the course Criminology, and today we will be starting with the next topic, that is victimology. So the prerequisite for this particular topic would be basic knowledge about the human behavior, different types of psychological disorders. Now, objective of this particular topic would be what is victimology, how to study the victimology, what are the different types of victims, how to protect the victims, and what is the basic science behind the victimology. These are the things which we cover in this particular topic. So let's start with the introduction part. So what is victimology? So it is the study of victimization, including the relationship between the victim and the offender, and the interaction between victim and the criminal justice system. That is the police, courts, and amendment bureau courts. And also the association between the sufferers and other social organizations or groups such as media, businesses, and social movements. So the victimology is though not constrained to the study of victim or crime only, but can compromise different provisions of human right abuses also. So victimology is basically founding a point of that individual's threat of becoming a victim, a purpose of his or her individual, specialized or social life. Possessing a close awareness of the victim's existence and habits delivers concept as why the specific victim was selected at a set time and place. This information divides victim into majorly three types of categories. We have three categories. First is low risk, medium risk, and then the high risk victims. Who are low risk victims? So victims tend to remain close to the work and home. They incline not to common places. They do not know properly each other. They lock their entrances at night times. They grip stable works and have numerous friends. They are considered as a low risk victim. What are medium risk victims? So victims may work close to home and lock their doors at night. However, these individuals are indiscriminate and at times venture out at night by themselves. Then high risk victims most of the time living in high risk conditions. Prostitutes, particularly persons who walk on the lanes, notably fall into these groups. They typically work during the night hours, interact with strangers regularly, willing climb into cars with strangers, and are therefore easy targets. Other high-risk activities include drug abuse, sexually energetic lifestyle, nighttime jobs, and congregation with other people who generally possess the criminal tendencies. So there are another terms which are associated with the victimology. This is known as a psychological autopsy. What is psychological autopsy? We have studied about the autopsy of a dead body which is done after the death of a particular individual, specifically in if the suspicion is there that it is not a natural death. So at that time autopsy is done. So what is the significance or purpose of doing the autopsy? So basically in order to identify the cause of death. What led to his death? How he is dead? Means identify the mode, manner and cause of death. In the same way, there is a need of doing the psychological autopsy. So basically, it is a very important form of victim profiling. So psychological autopsy is done when the method of the victim's death is not indistinct. Criminal investigators are uncertain or unsure whether the victim's expiry was unintentional, suicidal or homicidal. So to aid or make this resolve, the forensic psychiatrist digs into the victim's school, work, medical and army histories. The forensic psychiatrist interviews family, friends and associates. The forensic psychiatrist interviews family, friends, associates. He or she evaluates autopsy reports, police and witness reports. So the objective is to regulate whether the victim was a type of a person who was living in a high stress situation to take his or her own life, or living a lifestyle that made him or her to take his or her life, or somebody else has done that, or it's a case of murder. Different types of victim. So among them, first is the Mendelssohn, who has given 6 types of victims according to the degree of their contribution or guilt in the crime. So these are firstly the entirely blameless sufferers, example small babies, offsprings who were raped or killed or abducted and devoid of their comprehending what is being done to them. So they are blamed as they are sufferers. We can't blame them. Then victims with negligible guilt, like pregnant women who goes to quacks for abortion and pay for it with their survives. Then victims more guilty than the offenders, means such are those who provoke others to commit the crime, means they are provoking the person who is in front or leading of which to a crime. Then next scientist is Walter Reckless. In 1961, he has talked about two types of victim. First is reporting and second one is non-reporting victims. So the non-reporting is one who is unwilling to report because he or she fears reprisals or repressions or repercussions of social or society consequences. If she is doing so, if she will complain about this particular incident, what the society will think about it, what the family will think about it, how they will react. So generally they are non-reporting victims. On the contrary, the reporting victims, the former ones, are one who does not bother the consequences of recording his discrimination but is relatively interested in receiving the offender punished or receiving some relief for his suffering. So they are the one who report the incidents, and the contrast to that, those who don't report the incidents. Then next is Fata. So he has in 1967 has described 5 types of victims. First are non-participating, then the latent, provocative, participating and false victim. So some victims are there who might not report the incident and when it has occurred, but after a few months, after a few times they realize, or maybe the specifically this is seen in the cases of date rape drugs. When the victim memory is partially lost, they don't realize what has happened to them, but they get their memory after some time, and then at that time they report the case. So in this way, Fata has described 5 types of victims. Then Wolfgang in 1967 had mentioned 5 types of victimization. First is primary victimization, including personalized or single victims. Secondary victimization. In this, the victim is an impersonal target or the offender. Example, a robber in a departmental store, a person roaming without a ticket on a roadway bus. So these are the references. So till now we have seen what is victimology, what is victimization, types of victim according to different types of scientists. And in the next class we will continue with our next topic.